This is Corinne's final statement. So whenever you're ready.
All right. It seems impossible to sum up any year of Miss B's classes. But then again, I've been known for making obnoxiously long speeches, so we'll see where this one goes. I've rewritten this assignment about 3 times because I was worried about not having just the right topic to write about. But I've come to the realization that there hasn't been just one overarching idea that's come up out of this class. Instead, there are many pertaining to each person in the class individually. So, as my final statement, I'm going to talk about all of you guys. I've thought of things I would like to say before some of you leave for college, because I've known you all for years and soon you're going to be gone. I realize I've taken you all for granted, and because of that, I've never told you what I think makes each one of you so unique in my eyes. Throughout the past year or so, I've gotten into the habit of comparing you all with characters I met through stories, so we'll see where that takes us as well. I'll start with Kaden. Through the years, you've been known for encouraging class debates, asking difficult questions, and not being afraid to correct someone when facts aren't completely straight. I admire this a lot in you because you've shown yourself to be a leader and a strong advocate for what you believe in. Ever since we read Seeking Allah, Finding Jesus, you've reminded me of David Wood, as you share a firm faith in God and a love for friendly debate when it comes to theological discussions. In class, you were able to debate with fervor about the books we read and make corrections without causing other people to feel like they are stupid. This is a rare gift to have, and I know God is going to use that immensely in your life as a college student and beyond. Your leadership and confidence have inspired me to be brave when talking about my own personal faith. Next, we have Miss Allie. Like your brother, you have always given off a confidence that intimidated me from the moment I met you. You have a natural way of drawing people's attention when you walk in a room. A character who reminded me of you was Julia from the book 1984. No, wait a second. Although Julia had some questionable character traits and moral values, her bravery and convictions are a mirror image of what I see in you. You've shown me what it looks like to be confident in God and therefore confident in yourself. Through Miss B's class, your ability to assert strong opinions has taught me to be brave and sure of what I believe in. I think it's fantastic that you've been so passionate about your education, and I can't wait to see where God is going to take you through college. Perk, you are a real gem and such a blessing to this class. I don't think I've met anyone as insightful as you. You have such a quiet yet powerful presence that makes class discussions so endearing when you share your thoughts. From the few times we've talked, your words convey such a deep sense of erudition, it blows me away every time. You are inspiring and, quite frankly, a joy to talk with. If I could compare you to a character we've met the past year, it would definitely be Justice Wargrave, the mastermind behind the mystery of And Then There Were None. While I'm not implying that you were a murderer, I am saying that you have the brilliance and capacity of doing something unheard of. Similar to how Wargrave was able to do something that no one else was able to even comprehend, you are capable of doing something fantastical, so never let anyone tell you differently. Bryn, though we've known each other for years, spanning all the way back to when Wesley was our coach in basketball, I've only just gotten to know you. As the most athletic and coordinated person in the class, I've always thought of you as the cool, popular kid. But as time has gone by, I've realized you go so much deeper than that. It has been an ongoing joke in the class this past year that you're like the wife of Bath from the Canterbury Tales. I laughed about it at first, but as I've thought about it, you are similar to her. Not in that you've had 5 husbands or that you're a radical feminist, but in that you have very wise and astute things to say, while at the same time you carry a contagious sense of humor. While you are able to joke around and have fun, you also provide a lighthearted and refreshing perspective about serious and sometimes depressing topics. Humor is one of your strong points, which has created so many hilarious memories with this class. Next up is Jaden. I remember when we were first introduced, you were so quiet and tentative to talk. Understandably, you seemed hesitant when you first joined our class, but as time passed by, you opened up and we were all able to see how wonderful you are. Your personality somehow made the class feel more peaceful, or at least that's what I felt. Simon from Lord of the Flies had a similar effect on people. His character always brought a sense of friendship and normality to a place where there was chaos. And Jaden, you've affected our class in a very similar way. And yes, I am comparing our class to a group of savages. Your sweet and laid-back nature makes it so easy to talk to you, and we've been so blessed to have you this past year. My hope is that you have felt at home here, and that we've been able to create a space for you to express your deepest thoughts and ideas. Krista, if I could describe you in just a few words, I would call you a spontaneous lover of beauty. Your perspective on life is incredibly unique and introspective, and it is something that has drawn me to you from the start. You are able to point out the obscure and make it your own. You're not afraid to delve into the deep and ambiguous moral conflictions we've had to navigate through this past year, and I'm fairly certain that you've actually led some of our classes inadvertently. I think Davy Vonnegut would have done the same thing. In fact, you and Davy share many traits in common. You both appreciate and meditate on the beauties of this world with a perspective that's flushed with the rays of eternity. You have a sense for the spiritual side of things, and that's an amazing gift given to you by God. Run after God with all your heart, and He will do amazing things through you, just like He did with Davy, and as He has already done with you. Tuna, you have been a loyal friend to me time and again. Underneath all the self-deprecation and poorly delivered jokes, you have a sincere heart that is always looking to help others. One character I have often associated with you is Ponyboy from The Outsiders. Because he is a greaser, Ponyboy is stereotyped as being crude, when in fact he is highly intelligent and kind. Just like Ponyboy, you are very insightful and smart. It just takes a little while for you to reveal it to others. When it comes to your heart, however, you are truly someone I look up to. You've shown to me without fail what it looks like to be generous with your time and resources. Over the years, you've become like a brother to me, or maybe more like a weird cousin. Nevertheless, the way you have shown a genuine love for people proves how strong your character is, and I hope you never lose sight of the significance of that. Thank you for all the memories, even if most of it was doing yard work at my grandmother's house. So stay golden, Joshy. Kaylee, your friendship means more to me than any words could articulate, especially not when I have to condense it all to a single paragraph. I admire that you are always curious about new ideas and epiphanies, even if it takes some trial and error to find them. On a search for what is right and true, you share many things in common with Miss Prim. You are constantly pondering and reevaluating your beliefs, values, and prejudices. This aspect of your personality is something I admire because through it you are able to keep an open mind about topics and propositions that tend to conflict with modern Christian worldviews. You are able to step back and give everything a fair amount of consideration. Even though a lot of the time you feel like your thoughts are a mess, usually it is simply because you care enough to think about difficult things. If you just gave yourself enough credit for your curiosity and intentionality, I am sure you would see the beauty that I see in you every day. Maddie Grace. Almost a decade of friendship has formed a bond that I doubt will ever be broken. Years of Miss B's class led us through the entirety of middle school and high school and has taught us so much about God, ourselves, and life in general. You have such a peaceful and calm spirit, and you've taught me how to trust in God through high school and beyond. Elizabeth Bennett has always reminded me of you. The two of you exhibit a confidence without losing your elegance or kindness. The more I've gotten to know you through the years, the more I've been able to see aspects of you that reflect Elizabeth. And I'm proud of you for gaining the confidence to show your confidence, and you've been an example to me about how to be gentle and strong at the same time. Even if we go to different colleges, I'm excited for what the future has to offer us. Finally, we have Miss B. If there's one thing that you've taught me, it's that books change the way you see the world. I know personally that I would not be the same person I am today if I had not taken your classes. You show a genuine love for stories and have even inspired me to consider teaching literature as a possible career path. Not only do you love the stories and books, but you truly love people as well, and in this way, you are a lot like Elizabeth McKenna. She managed to influence a myriad of people simply by being kind, just like you have done. I know I'll look back on these years and remember the way you selflessly gave up your time to help and invest in your students. You didn't just teach your students literature, you taught them how to love well. Miss B, I don't think you'll ever know how grateful I am for all that you've done through this class. You've revealed to me how God works through books to communicate to people, and that is something powerful to pass on to future generations. Thank you all for creating such an amazing community of people throughout high school. It is truly a rare thing to feel so open to talking about deep subjects that tend to set people on edge. I'm forever thankful of the ways this class has instilled in me a love for learning and reading, and I know God has used this class to further spread his kingdom. Thank you.
Woo! Oh my